Ladies and gentlemen, a good evening to you. This is John Cameron Swayze for Timex Watches. I don't have the world on a string, but tonight we do have an exciting new live demonstration of the superior waterproof and shock-resistant qualities of Timex watches, for which we will use a handsome Timex Marlin, with the slim, smart-looking lines you ordinarily find in the most expensive watches. Yet the Timex Marlin is priced as low as $9.95. Now we have attached a Timex Marlin to the arrowhead, and we're going to ask Bill Brining to give us a demonstration. Bill, will you shoot this arrow through that pane of glass right there?
Try.
Good. I'm sure you'll agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, if that Timex comes through this live torture test, it can stand up to just about anything that may happen to it in daily wear. Billy, all set? Anytime. I don't know what I can say to add to that. Bill is going to retrieve that arrow with the Timex still fixed to the arrowhead from the water. Thank you very much, Bill. Thank you. Now let's see how it took this torture test. Yes, it's still running perfectly, and if I can get this at just the right angle, ladies and gentlemen, you can see for yourself. There, you see that second hand going around? You know, only Timex, with its exclusive V-conic movement, can take such a licking and keep on ticking. And you can be sure your Timex Marlin is waterproof. It says waterproof right here on the dial, over on the back of the case. It is protected against damaging dust and dirt and has an unbreakable mainspring and is also anti-magnetic as well. Yet the Timex Marlin is priced as low as $9.95. Another reason why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe the Timex Self-Wind to be America's great watch value. Timex Self-Wind, the completely automatic watch, the watch that has everything. And of course, there are other self-winding watches. They too meet obstacles in the course of everyday wear. Let's see how they compare to Timex Self-Wind in overcoming them. For instance, moisture. The Timex Self-Wind is completely waterproof and is scientifically sealed against dust and dirt. As for the other self-wind watches, it seems that they, too, may be waterproof. Now, what about shock resistance? Timex takes the hardest knocks and keeps going perfectly. It's the watch that takes a licking and keeps on ticking. As for other self-winding watches, they claim to be shock resistant, too. And your Timex self-wind winds itself with the normal, natural movements of your wrist. No need to worry about it running down because you forgot to wind it. As for the other watches, they too are automatic and wind themselves. Well, these watches seem to have a great deal in common. But there is a difference, and it's a big difference. The other self-winding watches are priced at $50 and up, while the Timex is priced at only $14.95, a price so low that every man can afford to own a Timex self-wind. Yes, Timex is the timepiece that has everything you ever wanted in a watch. It's waterproof, shock-resistant, anti-magnetic, and it winds itself. Yet its unbreakable mainspring can never be overwound, and this handsomely designed Timex self-wind is priced at only $14.95. Another great reason why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, with the Christmas holidays so close, I thought
Mr. Swayze, I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Swayze, but I'm in an awful hurry and I need your help.
Well, who are you?
I'm Santa's #1 helper, and I just came down from the North Pole.
Well, little fellow, what can I do for you?
Oh, we have such a problem, Mr. Swayze. We've gotten so many letters from people wanting Timex watches for Christmas, and we just don't know if there are Timex watches for all the different kinds of people who want them.
I'm sure there are. How do you like this Timex Christmas tree?
Oh, this is certainly a beautiful tree, Mr. Swayze.
Well, on this tree, you'll find a Timex watch for everyone in the whole world. For instance, here is the famous waterproof and shock-resistant Timex 100 at $15.
Is this the watch that takes a licking and keeps on ticking?
Yes, this is one of the Timex watches that we put through the torture test. And here is the Timex self-wind watch. It's completely automatic and costs only $14.95.
You mean it winds itself?
That's right, with the normal, natural movements of your wrist.
Do you have anything for the lovely ladies who have written to Santa?
Oh, of course we have. Here's the ladies' waterproof watch with its smart classic lines at $15. And right here is the tonneau with its handsome cord bracelet, also $15. And for the lady who wants the jeweled look, here is the Timex bangle bracelet, priced at $16.95.
And I got lots of letters from young people. What do you have for them, Mr. Swayze?
Oh, well, this Sportster model is a great favorite with the youngsters. And there's more.
Thank you, Mr. Swayze, but I've got to get back. I've got to get all these Timex gifts together.
Oh, well, just 1 second. You know, these Timex watches are priced from only $9.95 to $16.95.
Great glory! We can afford to give Timex watches to everyone on our list.
Of course you can. And so can you, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this Christmas, more people will give and get Timex than any other watch in the world.
More people than ever before are wearing a Timex today.
Ladies and gentlemen, a good evening to you. This is John Cameron Swayze reporting to you live, very much alive, on this crisp autumn evening here in New York. And tonight, we're going to prove once more, with a live demonstration, that Timex waterproof watches are practically indestructible, really waterproof, and shock resistant. But first, I want you to take a look at this handsome Timex 100 with the slim, smart-looking lines you ordinarily find in the most expensive watches. Yes, the Timex 100 is priced at only $15. Well, now let's have our live demonstration. Now here you can see we've strapped a Timex 100 to the propeller of this motor. Let's immerse that motor in the tank, okay? We're going to rev it up any time now. I'm sure you'll agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, if that Timex comes through this torture test, it can stand up to just about anything that may happen. Can you start her again? Yeah, that looks like it. Well, if that Timex comes through, as I said, it can stand up to anything that will happen in daily wear. Just look at that. Timex waterproof, splash through the water to the tune of 4,500 revolutions a minute. I think that's enough. I'm sure that's enough for the folks, and the way I'm getting wet, it's enough for me. Pull it right out now, will you? Let's take a look. Yes, it's still ticking. Let me turn it around so you can get a look. It took the torture test. Still running perfectly. For only Timex, with its exclusive V-conic movement, can take such a licking and keep on ticking. You know, you can be sure your Timex is waterproof, your Timex 100, because it says waterproof right over on the back of the case. And it's also permanently protected against damaging dust and dirt because of its new hermetically sealed one-piece case. This case, completely waterproof without gaskets or cement, is the type found in the most expensive watches. Yet anyone can own or give this handsome Timex 100, for it is priced at only $15. Another reason why, if I can borrow a title of a song Frank just sang, day in and day out, more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. Wouldn't it be wonderful, ladies and gentlemen, if these remarkable toys could play on and on? Unfortunately, they have to be wound or else they stop. Look at this watch. It has advanced design, modern looks, but frankly, it has the same problem as these toys. It, too, has to be wound to keep going. But look at this truly modern Timex self-wind, the completely automatic watch that winds itself with the normal, natural movements of your wrist. The price? Only $14.95. And all you have to do to wind this slim-looking, handsome self-wind is to wear it, as you do such simple everyday things as turning the pages of a book or fixing your tie. You're winding your Timex. And here's why. At the heart of this watch is a swinging metal weight that is free to move 360 degrees inside the watch when your wrist moves. And the movement of this swinging weight winds the mainspring, keeping your watch ticking accurately throughout the day. Also, your wrist movements during the day build up enough reserve power to keep your Timex self-wind running, even when it's off your wrist at night. The Timex self-wind can be priced at an incredible $14.95 because it is the product of the world's largest watch manufacturer, whose volume and truly modern production techniques make this price possible. One more reason why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world.
More people than ever before are wearing a Timex today.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, there's much more to art than paintings and sculpture. For instance, here is a beautiful example of the fine art of watchmaking. The Timex Ladies Waterproof. So smart, rich, and simple it can be worn with any costume. But beauty is not the only claim to fame for this Timex Ladies Waterproof. We've prepared a demonstration to show you that this watch is made to take the most rigorous treatment and still give perfect performance. And here is Noni Carroll to show you just what we mean.
Thank you, John. You know, we ladies realize that timing is the most important factor in baking. So what I'm going to do is take my Timex Ladies Waterproof, and I'm going to drop it right in this bowl. Now, I'm going to add some eggs for lightness, and I'm going to beat them till they're nice and fluffy. And at the same time, I am proving to you that the Timex Ladies Waterproof can take a beating. Now, we'll add some flour. You know, I'm not only adding this to give the cake body, but I want to show you that the Timex is scientifically sealed against even the finest dust particles. We'll blend it real well. And now for the test. We take the Timex watch, rinse it off under the water, which you can do because, you know, on top of everything else, the Timex watch is completely waterproof. It's ticking. Here, Mr. Swayze, see for yourself.
All right, Noni. Say, it certainly is. Ladies and gentlemen, just give a listen. As you can hear for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, this Timex Ladies Waterproof can certainly take a licking and keep on ticking. But you know, there's something else that's beautiful about this watch. That's its price. This Timex Ladies Waterproof is priced at only $15. And Timex has created watches to meet the taste of every woman. Now, here's the Timex Ladies Waterproof, with its classic lines and its outstanding functional qualities. Or you can choose the sophisticated tonneau watch with its delicate feminine lines and lovely cord strap. A watch that is a favorite for all occasion wear. And there is the beautiful bangle bracelet with its high-fashion, sculptured look and gleaming golden tones. 3 beautiful reasons why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. And all of these wonderful Timex watches are also available in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, a good evening to you. This is John Cameron Swayze. Tonight I want to present the new waterproof Timex Marlin. Here is the one waterproof watch that has just about everything. Now just look at the slimness there, the smartness of its lines. But there's more. The Timex Marlin is really shock-resistant and waterproof, as we're going to prove to you. And it's also permanently protected against damaging dust and dirt because of its new hermetically sealed one-piece case. This case, constructed without gaskets or cement, is the type found in the most expensive waterproof watches. But the Timex Marlin can be yours for as little as $9.95. Isn't it amazing? Only $9.95. Well, now let's see how this new Timex Marlin stands up under our famous agitator test. You remember this machine? Here we go. That machine in this live demonstration is agitating at 1,300 vibrations a minute. Now, of course, you wouldn't dream of giving a conventional watch such a beating. The Timex does take such a beating because it has the exclusive deconic movement. Can I stop it now? You can also see, of course, what we mean when we say that Timex is really waterproof after that. Now let's see how the new Timex Marlin came through this test. I get the first peek, but it's still running perfectly, as you can see for yourself. Because Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking like no other watch built. Remember, you can tell immediately it's a Timex waterproof, because it says waterproof right on the dial, and also over here on the back of the case. Yes, the new Timex Marlin has just about everything. It's waterproof, shock-resistant, anti-magnetic, has an unbreakable mainspring, and an unbeatable price. Anyone can own or give this great Timex watch for as little as $9.95. Now, for the youngsters, we recommend the Timex Sportster. It, too, is waterproof and shock-resistant. But as you can see, it's styled with a smaller case, and it's also priced for as little as $9.95. Is it any wonder, then, that more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce you to the new 1960 Timex Self-Wind, the completely automatic watch that winds itself. Now, there are ordinary watches that you must wind and wind and wind. Not only once, but sometimes twice a day to keep them running. The Timex Self-Wind, however, winds itself and keeps wound by the natural movements of your wrist. And these movements build up enough reserve power during the day to keep your Timex Self-Wind ticking accurately, even when you take it off your wrist at night. You can especially appreciate the advantages of a Timex Self-Wind if you've ever had your watch run down because you forgot to wind it. And if you are a busy person, you know how annoying and even inconvenient that can be. For instance, have you ever looked at your watch when it read 11:45 and looked at it again 15 minutes later to find that it still read 11:45? This can never, ever happen to a Timex Self-Wind because it winds itself. Now, what do you think a Timex Self-Wind with all its fine qualities should cost? $50 or more? No, the amazing thing is that the Timex Self-Wind is priced at only $14.95. Yes, Timex is the timepiece that has everything you ever wanted in a watch. It's waterproof, shock-resistant, anti-magnetic, and it winds itself. And its unbreakable mainspring can never be overwhelmed. Yet this handsomely designed Timex Self-Wind is priced at only $14.95. Another great reason why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. As you know, this show is dedicated to the ladies. And it is for every lady that Timex has created this beautiful Timex Ladies Waterproof. Because for all its lovely feminine lines, this Timex watch is made to withstand the toughest kind of treatment you may give it in everyday wear. We have a live demonstration to prove it to you. Now, I'm going to attach this Timex Ladies Waterproof inside this KitchenAid automatic dishwasher. Then I'll put up the door so water won't go in your living room. Put in this gimmick so it'll run. Here we go. Look at those powerful jets of water hit that watch. You can see it swinging in there. Actually, there are 45 gallons of water churning around in that machine every minute, so you can imagine the beating that it's getting. Well, let's see how our Ladies Waterproof took that beating. Now, I have here a super sensitive microphone that will amplify the normally light ticking of this watch so you can hear it running. Is it coming through? Yes, I'm told you can hear it, so you know it's still ticking. The lovely Timex Ladies Waterproof watches can certainly take a licking and keep on ticking. And I want to repeat, this is a live demonstration. Now, here's another remarkable thing about this Timex Ladies Waterproof. Its price. For with all its classic style and beautifully sculptured lines, the Timex Ladies Waterproof is priced at only $15. And you may choose these other beautiful watches from the Timex Ladies collection. There is the tonneau watch with its delicate feminine lines and handsome cord strap, priced at $15. And then there is the beautiful bangle bracelet with its gleaming tones. It's priced at only $16.95. 3 perfect reasons why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, John Cameron Swayze for Timex. And since the program is originating in Florida, we thought it would be appropriate if we came to the famous Marine Studios here in Marineland, Florida, where the porpoises are not only playful, but educated as well. Here's their trainer, Andre Cowan. We're glad to have you with us, Andre. And this porpoise is Nellie. Nellie is going to give us a very educational demonstration that will prove that Timex waterproof watches can really stand up to their claims for being completely waterproof and shock resistant. And she is going to do it by taking this Timex waterproof watch right here over the hurdles in every sense of the word. We've affixed this Timex waterproof to this baton. Now, Andre, will you place the baton in Nellie's mouth? And then Nellie will go over the hurdles. We'll see two really remarkable demonstrations. One by Nellie, one by Timex. A 300-pound porpoise going over three 3-foot hurdles. There's the first one. Remember that Timex takes the full brunt of the blow each time. And now she'll turn around and come back. And here she comes. 1, 2, 3, and let's see how that Timex took the torture test. Thank you, Andre. Let me move over here, ladies and gentlemen, so you can get a good close-up and see what I have just seen. That this Timex waterproof is still ticking perfectly. Truly an incredible demonstration. But Timex, with its exclusive V-conic movement, takes such a licking and keeps on ticking. Remember, a Timex waterproof always says waterproof, either on the dial or on the back of the case. Timex is also anti-magnetic and has an unbreakable mainspring, yet costs as little as $9.95. For the youngsters, there is the smaller Timex Sportster. It, too, is waterproof and shock-resistant and priced for as little as $9.95. Timex makes the perfect graduation gift. Another reason why more people buy and give Timex than any other watch in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to attend graduation ceremonies at which the Timex self-wind watch competes for the highest awards. In the procession of watches you will encounter in your gift shopping, ordinary watches lag behind. But the Timex self-wind can always be relied upon to get you to the right place at the right time. First, the Triple Threat Award goes to Timex self-wind for being 1, waterproof, 2, shock-resistant, and 3, for winding itself with every movement of the wrist, making it the all-around watch for all-around wear. The School of Design Award for the most handsome watch goes to Timex self-wind for its modern functional design. And Timex has been voted unanimously the watch most likely to succeed as the most dependable automatic watch because, although a gentle movement of the wrist will wind it, the Timex self-wind cannot be overwound even by a violent movement. All watches covet the honors bestowed upon Timex, but you will find that ordinary watches run down when you forget to wind them. The Timex self-wind, however, builds up enough reserve power during the day to keep running throughout the night. And now, for the diplomas. Ordinary watches may be priced at $50 and more, but Timex self-wind, with all its great features, costs only $14.95, making it the tops for watch value. Timex self-wind is the perfect graduation gift. It's waterproof, shock-resistant, anti-magnetic, has an unbreakable mainspring, and it winds itself. Yet this handsomely designed self-wind is priced at only $14.95. Another great reason why more people buy and give Timex than any other watch in the world. Here we are back at the Marine Studios of Marineland, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, and here's Nellie, our porpoise with a purpose. How's that, Nellie? Oh, I get the message, ladies and gentlemen. Nellie wants us to get on with our demonstration. Now, Nellie's purpose, as you shall soon see, is to show us exactly how waterproof and shock-resistant is this lovely lady's waterproof watch. We've affixed this Timex to the baton, which we will raise with Andre's help to a height of 16 feet. Now, Nellie is going to circle the pool, swim around, gather the necessary momentum, and accomplish a really amazing feat of leaping 16 feet out of the water to catch that baton with the Timex on it. Watch closely. She'll be starting a run around the end of the pool, gathering the momentum to carry her 16 feet. After all, that's twice her length. She's about 7 feet long. There she goes. What a jump. And now let's see how our ladies waterproof took that torture test. Thank you, Andre. I'll take it off this baton, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to affix it to a very sensitive microphone which will magnify the normally quiet ticking. Yes, as you can hear and as I can hear, it is still ticking perfectly. The lovely Timex Ladies Waterproof Watch can certainly take a licking and keep on ticking. And for all its beauty and remarkable performance, the Timex Ladies Waterproof is priced at only $15. And you may choose from these other beautiful watches in the Timex Ladies collection. There is the Tonneau watch with its delicate feminine lines and lovely cord strap at $15. And there is the magnificent bangle bracelet with its gleaming tones, priced at only $16.95. Timex Ladies watches make perfect graduation gifts and are 3 perfect reasons why more people buy and give